Here are two jars of grain spawn. One has fully colonised and the other is stalled. They were both prepared from the same batch of rice. They were both subject to the same pressure cooking and sterilisation cycle. Both were inoculated from the same batch and syringe of clean liquid culture, and both have been stored at a stable 23 degrees Celsius. There is just one variable that I've changed between them, and it's certainly affecting how each jar is growing. We can see that this jar is fully colonised. The spore inside is starting to shrink as the mycelium pulls in. It is just about ready to be mixed through with CBG and fruited. This jar, on the other hand, has stalled and is well on its way to contaminating. But why? Well, let's prepare these two jars, talk about what is different between them, and watch them colonise. But before we do that, if you find these videos useful, please don't hesitate to hit the like and subscribe button. So these jars of rice are prepared in the usual way. I bring some water up to the boil, add the rice, and then simmer until it's about halfway cooked. I'll then strain and quench the rice to cool it down so as not to overcook it, and then at this stage I'd usually leave the grain out to thoroughly dry. But today I'm going to load one jar with wet rice as a rudimentary experiment. I decided to do this experiment after some recent discussions with a fellow cultivator after a few of my own jars stalled. I'm always pretty careful with prep and my sterile procedure, but yet I was having some jars of seemingly healthy mycelium stall. The gist of what he told me is that no matter how well you sterilise your grains, you'll never get rid of all the bacteria. You might get rid of 99% or more, but there will always be some bacteria present. Now, if there is pooling water in your jar or bag, that bacteria can start to grow and spread. It will outcompete the mycelium, causing it to stall and eventually die. Poorly dried grain, temperature fluctuations, and too much liquid culture during inoculation can all contribute to this. We'll see if that happens today with this jar of absolutely saturated rice. As a control of sorts, I'm filling the other jar with the rice from earlier, except the rice has been left to dry for about an hour. After this, it's time for sterilisation and inoculation. I'm running the pressure cooker for 2 hours at 15 psi, and I'm inoculating each jar with 2.5 millilitres of clean liquid culture. They'll then be stored at 23 degrees Celsius inside my incubator for the duration of the colonisation. Alright, let's check in a few days and watch how the jars colonise over the course of about 2 weeks or so. Alright, it's a few days since we inoculated these jars. There they are, the wet and the dry jar. And here in the wet jar, you can see our first colonisation points. Marvellous. Just what we'd expect to see at this stage. And in the dry jar, it's much the same story. We can see a little colonisation point there. The mycelium's taking its first steps in the brown rice. Beautiful. Here's a few days later. And in the dry jar we can see many colonisation points. That mycelium's really starting to assert itself and feast on the energy in the rice. Beautiful. And here in the wet jar, we can see some nice mycelial growth as well. Nice and strong. You can see that mycelial front moving through the rice. Exactly what we kind of expect to see during colonisation. Everything's kind of looking good so far. No real dramas. You're getting excited about the mushrooms that are coming. You know. A few days later. And the dry jar is starting to take off. Some of those colonisation points are starting to meet and consolidate. And the wet jar's kind of doing the same thing, albeit a little bit slower, rather. Everything seems to look nice and healthy. Here's about 10 days. And the wet jar is definitely not moving as fast as this dry jar. There's maybe 70% colonisation there. It looks really good. Nice strong mycelium. There's colonisation points consolidating, getting to know one another. And the wet jar, it's just not moving as fast. There's something going on inside that jar that is slowing everything down. It can be so hard to tell sometimes because this mycelium still looks really, really healthy. It's just not moving as fast. And you can kind of wonder what's going on. But when I notice that, I like to trace the outline of the mycelium on the jar with a marker, and that will provide a visual representation of if the mycelium's moving, how fast it's moving, that kind of thing. Yeah, this jar's totally outperforming the wet jar. This is a super common problem that cultivators have. A healthy jar of mycelium starting to stall can be very disheartening, but it happens, you know. And I suspect it's the water. It's that extra water in there that's allowing the bacteria to sort of take hold and outcompete the mycelium for resources. Yeah, it's really slowing down. It's been about 4 or 5 days since I put this marker on there. Nothing much is happening. Here's another week later. And we can see that the dry jar has fully colonised and is ready for some CVG, some substrate. Fantastic. But this wet jar has pretty much stopped. It's stopped growing, it's stalled. It's not very happy. You know, it's fighting off, I think, a bacterial infection. That bacteria has been able to take hold in the excess water within the jar, spreading and multiplying, taking control of resources. Yeah. It's not getting any further. And yeah, here we can see I've zoomed in on some of the mycelium in that jar, and it's growing really, really strange and weird. There are these spiky structures, not the nice rhizomorphic growth we usually look for. This looks foul and corrupted, you know, a corruption of the mycelium's usual beautiful form. And I suspect it's bacteria that's the cause. Bacteria that's been able to grow in too much water inside the jar. So there you have it, a quick experiment showing what happens if your grain spawn is a little bit too wet. We saw the dry jar colonize really well, really nicely, really fast, and the wet jar was going well in the beginning, but towards the end it really dropped off there as that bacterial infection, suspected bacterial infection, takes hold of the resources in the jar. But what do you think? Have you noticed your jars stalling? Do you have your suspicions as to what's causing it? Let us all know in the comments. I know I certainly look forward to reading what you all have to say. I certainly learn a lot. So with all that said, I'll see you in a video very soon.